Parm. We're finally here. It's been a long journey. We all could use a rest. It hasn't changed since we came here for field exercises. So this is your childhood home, huh? Isn't Hamel nearby? Yes, it's on the way to the world border. Let's take a look around town, shall we? Pablo and Tatiana are supposed to be in the area. Let's visit the training hall while we look for them. Sound idea, let's go. So I'm going to talk to the dude who's walking, so I have to chase him down. Then we'll chase down the old bat over there. War in my lifetime? If you asked me a year ago, I'd say no way. But as you can see, the training hall has been taken over by the army, and conscriptions are going to start soon. Every day I pray to Dios that things will go back to normal soon. Another pointless war. It's only going to cause grief and suffering, but people never learn, do they? Take Hamel for existence. My chest still tightens when I think back to that tragedy. Let's see. I don't know if there's really anything I... 640. I don't know. Any good quartz? Airstrike. I think I'll pass. Aren't you? Never mind, I was just mumbling to myself. If you're looking for someone, it's just me here, as you can see. Does he know we're looking for Pablo? Yeah, if he does, Pablo's not here. Let's look out somewhere else. Another watch. I can't believe we're running into these things so freaking quickly. Okay, we can almost afford one of those accessories back in town. Have you seen that new bus stop outside town? It's good to have one, but the buses don't come often and they're always nearly empty. This doesn't bode well for my store. What do you sell? Well, actually I think that's one of those things we need. I was about to say, well, that's why you're not doing that great, but then turns out we kind of do need that. That's one of the handkerchiefs. There are 4 of them that combine into something else. I don't remember what, or if it's even worthwhile, but grabbing it anyway, just in case there's some sort of strategy that doesn't involve it. Tanks and Panzer passed by town earlier. Looks like they're going to be stationed at Titus Gate. Best pay attention so that the kids don't end up afraid. Oops. Nope. I don't know, I can always quick travel back to town to do it for free. What do we have here? Yeah, I know that guy. Hey, Fisherman Wood, he's the president of the Lake Lord Company, Lord Lake Lord. Who might you be? It seems as though you recognize me, but I'm not sure we've met. You're still but fry, but you've developed a taste for fishing. Nevertheless, I would not be opposed to outfitting you with my latest fishing gear. And I would sell it to you myself. You should be honored. Gee, thanks. This guy's more like Lord Snitlord. It's not unusual behavior for a noble. That said, he was able to determine our skill as fishers from a single look. It's clear his president status isn't simply ornamental. If I may ask, Lord Lake Lord, what brings you to such a far-flung town? Well, plainly speaking, my company and I are struggling. Worse yet, something curious is happening to the bodies of water all over the Empire. What a miserable time to be short-handed. Not sure what that's about, but he does sound pretty busy. No matter, getting flustered right now won't do me any good. As a matter of fact, I recently bought a book to help take my mind off things. Thought it was about a fishing crew that sails around the ocean, but when I started reading, my first impression rapidly proved false. It wasn't a bad yarn, however. Why don't you take it? 3 and 9, Chapter 2. Thank you. If you learn anything in your fishing endeavors, return to me. I need more information myself, of course. I see you've raised your fishing game. In that case, you're qualifying for a bonus gift from the Imperial Fishing Club. Your bonus for reeling in 4 different kinds of fish. A cyst hook. It's very kind of you, thank you. So, there's less demand for leisure activities with war nearly upon us. We reduce our production, restructure our operations in anticipation of the downturn. I believe our company will be just fine. What I'm worried about are the changes to the aquatic ecosystem and the disappearance of my son Kenneth. So you actually can buy bait. That's good to know. Um, in all seriousness, I think I'm just gonna get these to save myself a headache later. So yeah, all my money's gone. What can I get for the fish I got? Beast flesh. Yeah. Like, this would be the thing that maybe would help, but I don't have it. Anyway, fishing should be significantly easier now. Hold on a second. Was there a recipe here? Wait, 1 second. Cure sleep nightmare. Let's see. How much does a tear balm cost? Because that may be a better value. Hey, haven't seen you kids in a while. Isn't this a welcome surprise? Have you been doing alright? Everything's been so chaotic lately. We have about as well as can be expected, at least. Hope we didn't worry you. Oh, by the way, some of our classmates are in town. Is there any chance you've seen them? Their names are Pablo and Tatiana. We sure have. They're staying with us. They've been helping us out around the store, but they just stepped out a little while ago. Good. I'm glad to hear they're doing alright. Yeah, and this really speeds up our search. You know where they went off to? Not really, no. They often hang around the town here and there. Wander around, you're bound to run into them. Alright, we'll try that. Thank you for your help. Pablo and Tatiana told me all about the stuff you kids have been through. Quite the little adventurers, aren't you? Just today, trying to take it easy for a change. Some rest is definitely in order, thank you. What unlucky timing. I'm afraid your friends aren't here at the moment. Hope you get to see each other soon. I'm sure they'll be happy to see you're well. Sounds like we better go take a look for them. Agreed, shall we? Scarlet Garment. So the one I just bought is... Actually, yeah, the one I bought is a better value. So this is 600 for 6,000. I got 8,000 for 800. And it cures sleep. Oh, hell, I never equipped the one set of shoes, did I? One second. Okay, let's go back in here. Imperial Chronicle 2. I bought some battle scopes because I may need them. But we're broke again. I see a side quest. Get in the house, Una. My husband's been more hot-blooded than usual, but strangely enough, there's also a reassuring feeling about him. Even if they start requisitioning supplies, I can't afford to stop working. I'm an artisan. Keeping our craft and traditions alive is a must no matter what. That's what'll benefit Parm the most after all. Hey, don't you think you just walk into my workshop without permission? Nothing up there. Damn it. Okay, we'll go here and then we'll take the road around to get to the church, bypassing the dojo. Kurt, you're okay. Yes, I'm completely fine, Reggie. Thank goodness. Master Gallert told me you've been through a rough patch. Thor's doesn't have the best reputation lately, since his name's been connected to suspicious incidents. I see. But no matter what people say, I trust you guys, and so does Master Gallert. I know it may not mean much, but I really do wish you the best of luck with everything you're doing. I appreciate it regardless, Reggie. And someone else is in here because we can see the dot. Hello, Kurt, and your friends as well. We haven't visited since April. Must say the atmosphere in Parm is vastly different now. I did what I could, but it seems we're subject to the times. But what about you? I've heard this and that about what happened in Heimdall. Your instructor isn't with you this time. Instructor Reen is temporarily unavailable. They've got me instead for now. I say, it seems things are really complicated for you after all. Well, it's nice of you to drop by and say hello. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Thank you for the kind offer. And I know it's going to piss off a lot of the fanboys, but as long as we have Randy, I don't even care if Reen comes back. Let's see.
Hey, look! There's some fish there!
Kurt! Did you come to play with us? You did, right? I knew it. Hey, you two. Seems like you've been holding up just fine. Yeah. Kurt, let's climb trees. I can climb higher than anyone, or we can play tag if you like. I'm really sorry, but I don't have time to play with you today. And be careful when climbing trees, you two. It's so easy to get hurt. No showing off. Just keep it safe. Okay, sure. We met these children 4 months ago. It's good to see they're as cheerful as before, despite everything that's been going on. Yeah, at least the kids are doing fine. They remind me of Ken and Nana. Hope they're okay. How do we fish? There.
There! I got one? I got a good one!
I don't know what this fish is.
Pretty good, huh?
Carp? Yeah, carp. Got a tira balm. Bleh.
There! I got one?
No!
Oh, man.
They said it doesn't take my bait, so
There.
big loss.
I got one? I got a good one!
Aw, man, it's this little sucker. Well, we're getting some time, Serpent, I guess.
I did it!
That was Mirage, I think. Okay, we'll talk to the quest giver in a moment. If you're here to speak with Father Hobbit, he's in his office. He's been pondering over something since this morning. Even our reserve stocks are running low. At this rate, we'll be unable to make any more medicine. Suppose we can make do with substitute ingredients. Father Hubbins, are you alright? You seem gravely worried. It's good to see you, Kurt. Heard you had some trouble in Heimdall. Wouldn't dare pry into your private affairs, though. All I have to say is that I'm glad to see you're well. Thank you for your concern. That aside, it seems the people of Parm are in a difficult position as well. You seem distraught too. Perhaps just about everywhere has hit hard times lately. That's true, but is there something we could do for you, Father? As members of Class 7, we cannot ignore those in need of assistance. Please tell us what it is that's been troubling you. I'd rather not bother you, but if you insist. It's a simple matter, really. We've been running out of ingredients for making medicines. Is that because of requisitions? Indeed, the church is exempt, but the townspeople have been forced to give up much of their supplies. It's made practically impossible for us to obtain them. I've been considering purchasing alternative ingredients. Unfortunately, it isn't as if we have substitutes on hand either. That is quite the conundrum. Our time may be limited, but it would weigh heavily on my conscience if we did nothing to help. It's up to you, Kurt. I don't mind either way. We would like to offer our assistance. Yeah, give us a list and we'll be back with the stuff before you know it. I admire your confidence, and thank you for the offer. There are only 2 ingredients, in fact. The first is Rainbow Rubia, a very rare plant. In this town, it's mostly used for preparing dye. Rainbow Rubia. That rings a bell. You're right. We once collected it during our field exercises. It can staunch bleeding and relieve fever, right? Color me impressed, young lady. Good memory, Uni. Instructor Reen taught me that. If I remember correctly, Rainbow Rubia should be available in the department store in St. Arc. It was at Starry Farm Luxury Foods. Hopefully they have some in stock. We should check there. What's the other ingredient? A medicinal plant known as a healing herb. Archbishop Ramson at St. Arc Cathedral should have those. If you explain what you need it for, I'm sure he wouldn't mind giving you some. Understood. We'll procure the ingredients for you. Thank you and good luck. So we'll start in the cathedral. Is that him or no? Welcome to St. Arc. He's talking about burning the plant as incense. You. Excuse us, Archbishop, but might we trouble you for a moment? Hello there. What seems to be the matter? I'd be happy to help however I can. Well, we received a request from Father Hobbins in Parm. Kurt explained they were there for some healing herbs. Ah, I understand. Wait here, I'll prepare some now. Is this enough? Obtain a healing herb. That's perfect, thank you so much. Can't help but feel bad, though. You guys must be running pretty dry on supplies yourselves. Don't worry, you've been saving some, so we have enough to spare. If I may impart just one more thing, though. The instructor who was here with you before may no longer be by your side. I know without a doubt that his teachings remain with you, no matter where he may be. If you are ever unsure of your path, that which he has left in your heart will lead the way. Archbishop. Those words really mean a lot to us. Now we just need the Rainbow Rubia. Let's head to Albion Garden. So I know what Albion Garden... Oh, the department store. Welcome, are you looking for anything in particular? Actually, yes. Kurt asked if Rosumi had any Rainbow Rubia. Sorry, we don't have any Rainbow Rubia in stock. Not even a little? We never carried much of it to begin with, and it's difficult to have them brought in because of the way things are right now. What should we do? Well, maybe there's some other way of getting it. You all seem to agonize over a certain food ingredient, Perhaps I could assist. My name is Orvid. I just happen to run a business in the world that deals in the rarest of ingredients. To have your sights set on Rainbow Rubia, and at such a tender age, too, without a doubt, you have a bright future as gourmand. In appreciation of that potential, I'll tell you of a place I've seen it growing. I feel like I've seen this guy somewhere before. A food ingredient. Is Rainbow Rubia edible? I suppose there are some medicinal herbs that are used in cooking, but, well... This reminds me of a certain student in my class. Yes, I can only hope that he's doing well, too. By the way, knowing where it grows would be a big help. They're thinking of Freddy, I assume. Can't got your tongue? I can only assume your loss of speech must be an effect of your pure excitement. Anyway, let me tell you, I found Rainbow Rubia on my way back from Isthmia Great Forest. It's just on the West Southern Highway. It's a high spot with good sunshine. Thank you. But why did someone from the world risk going to such a dangerous area at this time? I'll go anywhere in search of delicacies, that's all there is to it. If it weren't for the current circumstances, I'd prefer to keep searching this country for many more delectable ingredients. But alas, at the very least, I'll still be able to visit Isthmia Great Forest twice more before I return to Liberl. Please take care and be careful. Okay... There it is. It appears I missed something over here. Oh. No, I didn't really miss anything. Kinda tempted to take a shot at the Hypnotoad. Finally got a black bangle. Split stems and small red flowers. This must be Rainbow Rubia. There aren't a lot of them left. They're pretty rare. We shouldn't take more than we need. We have everything we need. We should return to Parm. Hopefully this will be enough. So I kind of want to shoot one of these before I go. Stupid Tanuki.
Locked and loaded!
I'm getting ready to just fast warp. I want to fight them just for U materials. But they're always looking my way, it seems. No U material. Anyway, Parm. We're gonna warp straight to the chapel. Welcome back. Did you manage to get the ingredients? Yes, here they are. Hand over the healing herb and Rainbow Rubia. Thank you. This should last us a good while. The same for you two. It isn't much, but I hope you find it useful. 3 Tira bulbs. Heal, that's decent. Are you sure you want to give these to us? That's right, haven't those supply requisitions driven you into a tight spot? Don't be silly, I wouldn't feel right if I couldn't thank you somehow for your help. Your kindness and willingness to lend a hand to those in need are very heartening to me. I would be truly glad if you continue to help those in need like you did here. Idios is watching over you, so I hope you'll continue to do your best. Thank you, Father Hobbins. Hope we can live up to your expectations. Yes, I hope so too. They've grown into a real dependable bunch. 2000 Mira. Unity. Huzzah. Okay, so we're gonna take this off. I have to do this thing again. EP. Aw, crap. So yeah, that was a waste. Prankster. Gives you a little bit of HP. And Chrono Break, that's kinda it. Thalos, does it give me... No, it's tier. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with it at the moment. Come on, man. I have to give it to him, but I don't have a choice, it looks like. Oh well, only thing left to do now is move the story forward.
I can see a lot of fish here.
Keep it up, Kurt, and you'll be swimming with them too. Sleeping with them, even. I think you get the message after we throw them in first. Una may need the whole sleeping option. Anyway, back to the story. Looks like someone's outside the train hall. What? Wait, I've seen those uniforms before. It's the Heimdall military police. Why are they here? The sign's been removed as well. What happened to all the students?
From what I can tell, they've all gone to Heimdall.
And you are? That's a fairly expensive model of orbital camera. Are you a journalist?
Oh man, was it that obvious?
Rex.
I'm the Imperial Chronicle's world-famous photographer. The one, the only, Rex.
Dare I say he be a king?
And on that note, you two cuties are real works of art. Mind if I get a quick photo?
Maybe some other time. You said you're with the Imperial Chronicle. Are you a friend of Vivi's by any chance? Oh, you know her? She's in a different department, but yeah, we're colleagues. She's gone quiet, though. There's no way to get in touch with her either. You don't know what she's been up to, do you? Afraid not. Wasn't Vivi in Heimdall when we last saw her? Yeah, she was with Mint and Lindy. So they all just vanished into thin air? Wherever she wandered off to, I hope she's at least found a big scoop. Anyway, as for me, I just finished interviewing the guys at Titus Gates, so I've got some free time on my hands. I've got this project, Cuties of Erebbonia. You sure you don't want to be featured? He appears to be quite sleazy. He'd give Randy or Sydney a run for their Mira. Hey, I've got more class than this guy. You've been to Titus Gate? That's on the border with the world, yeah? Anything interesting going on there? Not yet, but something's brewing, I can tell you. Took some photos now, before all hell breaks loose. Might make for a dramatic comparison later. I managed to wrangle some info. I shouldn't have said that. What about the disciples from the training hall? You said they've been sent away? Can you tell us more, please? Right, they've all been headhunted for some special project. The Empire's most promising fighters are being snatched up to pilot Panzer Soldats. What? You mean they'll be put in Soldats and sent to fight in Calvert? Oh yeah, that's the idea. You thought with the war around the corner, they'd just let the Vanderschool disciples peacefully practice their skills in their hall? Why do you know this much? Oh, look at the time. I'm gonna be late for my train. Gotta go. Want to exchange contact info? Let me know if you hear about Vivi. Yeah, sure. They exchange info with Rex. Got it, thanks. Let me photograph you next time. He is quick to make his exit when we start asking him questions. Can't get a read on the guy. It's gotta be based in Heimdall, though. That's where the Imperial Chronicle HQ is. I'm worried about Vivi. Are you okay, Kurt? Yes. She's just a bit shocked that the disciples were conscripted. They didn't have a choice. The national mobilization law is in effect, after all. But you don't know for sure that they've been forced to join the Imperial troops. Perhaps. What do we do now? No one is at the hall. And Pablo and Tatiana aren't here either. Should we go to the tailor's and wait? Yes, let's. Character note to Rex. So you see the next marking here.
Oh, here! I know those faces.
I know that accent. Pablo. Looks like you just got back. Good timing.
Ha! I knew it! Instructor Randolph and Class 7. Glad to see you're all okay. But what in the world are you doing here?
So Kyrie told you I'd be here, did he? Man, you sure are a sight for sore eyes. Glad to see you well. But I wouldn't expect any less from the likes of Class 7 and Instructor Randy. We're glad to see you're okay, too. Gathering intel while working part-time to keep a roof over your head can't be easy. It hasn't been all that bad. Helping out at the workshop has taught me a trick or two to boot. Probably should introduce myself as a Min's apprentice, though. The moment the words left my mouth, the boss turned white as a sheet. Clumsy as all hell, right? Suppose it's understandable. Not even old man Schmidt could deal with her. Speaking of which, I hope he and Mint are okay. Wait, where's Tatiana? Wasn't she supposed to be with you, Pablo? Aye, but she set off for the Liberlian border. Said she was meeting up with someone there. The Liberlian border? Wouldn't that be Titus Gate? But that's a military base. What's she thinking hanging over there on her own? Tried to stop her, but she kept telling me she'd be fine and that her friend was going to meet her there. She went by bus, so I'm sure she'll make it there just fine at least. Maybe we should go and check in on her just in case. Oh, you guys saw that black paloma grass, did you? We had a few customers mention seeing something like that up on the old road nearby. Really? Where? Let me think. It was a little while ago. They mentioned seeing it near some kind of stone monument. Huh. Sounds a lot like the place where we fought that archaism. Yeah, right down to the stone monument thing. Do you think it's actually related to the singularity this time? Maybe. That black grass is a bad sign. We should look into it when we have time. Thanks for the tip, Pablo. No worries. Sorry it's not that much. Thought I would have found some better info by now to give you. If you happen to run into Tatiana, give her my regards. I'll see if I can dig anything up for you on the singularity. Okay, good luck. Let's make our way to Titus Gate and fast. So, there's the card game symbol. Let's bite the bullet, boys. You had to do this for a Master Quartz in Cold Steel 3, so kind of strong-armed into it. One more thing, nearly slipped my mind. What is it? Nothing all that important, it's just gotten to be friends with some of the kids here, and they keep asking me to play Vantage Masters with them. But I'm absolute rubbish at the game. These kids wipe the floor with me so quick it's no fun for any of us. But I know you're dead brilliant at it, so if you're able to spare a minute, mind giving me some pointers? You want to practice together? I'd love to, especially if it makes things more fun for the kids, but unfortunately I've lost my Vantage Masters cards. That's right, I might have yours. Everyone's cards got mixed up. I'm pretty sure I accidentally picked up some that weren't mine and stuffed them in my pocket. I think I lost all the strong cards in the process, though. Looks like we'll have to start collecting them all over again. No worries, works out for me anyhow. Means you'll be closer to my level. Good. The more even the odds, the better the game. You can now play Vantage Masters against Pablo. Press R2 to challenge characters with a symbol. You can increase difficulty hard for characters you've beaten once, it'll increase your rewards. Cards tab in the notebook is unlocked. You can view detailed information on Vantage Masters cards from the Cards tab. You can construct your deck from the main screen. Counting on you, troops. I'll be in touch with Kyrie, see if we can dig up anything else on the singularity. Let's play. For a match start, you'll choose which your deck's beginning. Deck 1 has been set up for you to begin the match. They won't let me change.
Right then, let's play.
Coin toss to decide who goes first. It's us. I don't remember if that's good or bad. About the cards. So, attributes in the top left corner, mana's in the top right, that's how much you have to sacrifice to play. Traits are specific to the card. You have the master, the natial are the things you play, and then magic are like effect type cards. Hit points, attack power, text. If you don't like the cards in your starting, you can choose which one you like to redraw once. Pay attention to the mana cost, the green circle in the upper right. Supposed to start a match with low cost cards, choose Serpent to redraw. So enemy field, HP, yada yada, round number, attributes. Goal is to reduce the opponent's master to 0 HP. Play your cards wisely to come out on top. About turns. Starting your turns, you'll draw a card from your deck. You also gain mana, a resource you spend to play cards. The amount of mana you gain per turn will increase by 1 to a max of 10. Those are those green circles around our masters. I have 3, he has 2. Or he has 1. For the first turn only, a magic crystal will appear in a random space for the player who goes second. On your turn, you can summon cards on the field and move cards to different spaces. Use commands as well as your card's unique effects to defeat your opponent's master and win. Cards with glowing green borders can take an action. Try out every card to see what they can do. About summoning. Creatures and magic masters are known as natials. Natials can be summoned from your hand to any open space and space with magic crystals on your side of the field. Each player has a front row and a back row on their side of the field. Most cards can only attack from the front row, so it's better to summon from there. Try to summon a natial to the front row. Summon a natial and spend the required amount of mana. Mana is required for a number of different actions. Summon a natial uses a spell card using the master skill. Not every master has a skill. Most cards can perform actions the same turn they're summoned. You'll be able to take actions the starting turn after. Glowing green border means they have an action you're able to perform. Be sure to have all your cards act each turn that you can afford. So this is a ranged attacker. Normal attacks can only be... Normal cards can only attack from the front row. Ranged attackers can attack from anywhere. Additionally, if a card attacks from more than one row away, it cannot be counterattacked. So, pew pew! Let's put him here. Spell cards are discarded immediately after being played. They use their effect immediately. I'm going to use this on Ranger so that it has more power. Let's see what I can do. They had to go for that one because I had the type advantage over it. Every 3 rounds, magic crystal appears from random space. They have the same effect of magic crystal spell card, having the same effect, yada yada. So we're going to move here for more power. And I need to destroy this so that I can get around their shield. So the attributes have been in effect. Certain cards. Flying can attack the same turn summoned. That's great to know. So I can hit that, destroy it without taking any damage. And for this one, I guess we're just bum rushing it or something. I don't know. see. This could be bad news, so I want to destroy it now. Didn't get to use its effect, sadly. That's a heal card or something? I'm not familiar with it. So Riku just skilled itself, but he gets a card draw for it. That one can act immediately. It used its skill. Skill can only be used once though, unless I get another crystal like that. So we're going to go here so I can deal more damage, and we're going to take this thing out here and now. Eventually it's going to be fighter versus ranger with all the crystals we can gather, and he has a significant power advantage right now. But he can't attack from back there. And this free attack is probably going to be what decides the game. Yeah, that's a load of crap. So the pellet has the advantage over this guy, so I want to blow it up here. That is a range guy, I just noticed. Doesn't really matter though. And with this, I win next turn.
Oh, cannot believe it.
So we get the 3 Dumdalas. And I'm gonna try to fight him again, just see what happens. Normal. I don't know, let's try normal and see what happens. How do I edit? So I'm not a fan of the pellets. How do I take them out? And these are the Dumdalas. I don't use a lot of heaven cards, as you can see. So as hard as me gets like an advantage or something. First. I'll hold on to the pellet. So the Dumdala can die right away. Like that. Let's see. That thing's building up a little bit of power. Okay, we have a ranged guy that we can start shooting her with. I'm gonna fall back here. Smart thing to do is grab the crystal. Okay, it can end next turn depending on what he does. Pellet. Ah, he has the heal. That sucks. So that's going to replenish my skill, so I can blast him for 2. Shoot for 3. And that will be it for now. Pellet just committed suicide. There's literally nothing you can do to stop this. Another archer. Blah.
Oh, can't believe it.
2 U materials, that's it? Oh my god, that's not worth a freaking... Where am I supposed to go now? Let's say, they actually do let you out here, so what's here? They didn't have anything of value. I'm curious if there may be like a Sepith reward or something. That one over there looks promising, this one does not. Got a U material for my trouble. Is there no chest here? Bit of a bait and switch on me there. Pew pew! They can
Whew,
drop you
baby,
materials.
some treasure.
Airstrike R. The major obstacle... Hey, there we go. Major obstacle I'm having right now, though, is I'm not generating enough CP to keep my stuff going. I don't have any of the boosting stuff that I did in CS3. And their damage is a little short because I didn't upgrade their weapons this time around. Being poor sucks. It's rough, I tell you. Can't afford to pay attention these days. Crap. Okay, right around here it should give up. The wolves give a Earth Sepith, but other than that, they don't got anything going for
The
them.
monument should be somewhere up there on the plateau.
I think you're right.
Let's begin our search.
Ah, Fatso. That's what you get when you cross a turkey and an owl. Got a U material, but no scan thanks to
Treasure
a Randy
located.
crit just vaporizing the poor thing.
Locked and loaded.
Just one swing of that spear, and all that's left is a pile of feathers. Oh, right, I remember how this place is laid out now. So we need to go up here. Son of a... You know what? Got a little bit more in terms of U materials there. Got nothing out of that, but then again, Randy did a 5,000 damage crit, so there was really nothing left of them. Did get one U material there. More food crap. Is this a side quest? What? This is... pretty flashy for a bunch of runes. No idea there was a place like this so close to town. There wasn't. There was no sign of anything like this when we came here on our special ops missions. Wait, what? This is the same place we fought the base defense heavy class Archaism. I remember seeing these runes here back then. They look a lot like the Briona Island runes, though. Huh. Sounds like it could be worth checking out. Take my advice with a grain of salt, though. I know I'm an outsider here. This is a Class 7 matter. I'll leave the decision up to you guys. Thanks, Randy. If we're going, we should make sure we're ready first. So, how much more is there to explore in this area? Can I warp up here? Well, worse than worse, everything else is dead, so... But this is basically just like Cold Steel 2, it looks like. Those aren't really anything to write home about. You are.
There! Locked and loaded.
Hopefully this time Randy doesn't do the 5,000 damage crit that leaves nothing left. Only one U material for grabs there, and
a
I
treasure
got
chest.
it. Poison quartz, so we can inflict poison with crafts.
There's a school
and
of
stuff.
fish. There.
Genbu and Petrify are better.
I got one? I got a good one.
It's that stupid little time thing. I can never remember its name either, which is so annoying. Kangiru?
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. I'm out. So yeah, there was literally just that little area with the chest left. Hoping this doesn't take too much time, because this is going to be one of the... I'm probably going to have to split the day in two. The way it's going.
This place is reminiscent of the ruins on Brionia Island.
You mean the soul shrine you guys went to?
That's where Milliam was... I'm sorry, Allie.
It's all right, Yuna.
Not gonna lie, I could definitely use this a little bit. I was expecting archaisms, not dinosaurs. We found an altar at the end of the Brionia Island ruins, but there's no telling what lies ahead here. We'll need to keep on high alert if we continue further. There are monsters littering the area at every turn. Roger that. Oh, actually, let me check something real quick. Nothing. Doesn't look like there's a singularity around. Well, as I said before, I'm leaving it up to you guys to take care of searching this area. Sounds like these things pack a pretty mean punch. Don't go easy on them. Understood? Get 2 U materials. Okay. Pew pew! They can drop U materials too. I'm liking the trend that's developing this place so far.
There! Locked and loaded! There!
The wizard died well before I could scan that thing.
Oh, I found some treasure!
It says trap written all over it. Master quartz. So what does Beowulf do? That would be a decent candidate for her. So let's see, if I give up Deva, I already have Soul Blur there. This is 5. That's a decent enough change. Yeah, I want to keep it like that. And she's using Deva as a sub anyway. Even though it doesn't really do anything. Those little Cryon bits make me think Master Cryon somewhere around here. They have a different name than that, though. Gain U materials, but I really need Septium Vein in order... I should have done that. Wasn't really paying attention. Crap. I need Septium Vein in order to start making these amounts... anything. 5 U materials. What am I looking at in terms of these now? I don't know where they're normally kept. Oh, right there, 50 of them. Okay, we still need the wizard here. Got U materials, but there was no wizard. We also saw a snake, that one, on the way in. Those things can petrify, so I had to off it before I lost control. So that's 2 things I need to scan here. That's fine. That petrify status is getting extremely annoying. Let's see, she has ingenuity, but she doesn't have breath. She does have this, though.
Fatigue removed.
So now we just need the snake, that thing. Okay, that's everything.
There! Locked and loaded!
So, we'll run over here and flip the switch.
Oh, a treasure chest.
Soft Stole. I think that's a anti-petrify item. So, Kurt... I'm gonna leave that there, just in case I need the, drawing a blank here, the breath. So now we need to hit this a couple more times.
Locked and loaded.
Okay.
Ha! There. Ha!
Okay, let's hit this. Just notice the acerbic tomato. That's the priciest food item if you're not familiar with the series.
Whew! Baby! Some treasure!
Nemesis Arrow R. So let's flip that back. Okay. I was expecting food items, to be honest, because I saw the acerbic tomato and that was just the thing on my mind. Ah, crud, it's a one-way. Like, I was wondering, am I going to kick down a ladder, or how's that work? But overall, that may not be a bad thing, because we need to go back over here. I don't think there are any enemies left. So, I'm going to save here and go eat, and then come back. What kind of levels are we looking
Seems
at?
like a good spot for a break.
Level 96, so we have to come back here later for sure. So yeah, I'll be back in a half hour or so. Okay, so let's go on in. Right, we can't open that. So make sure they're not hiding anything off on the sides. I would not put it past the devs to do that. Also, wasn't I supposed to get a quartz or something for treasure chests?
Now this one looks worth my while.
Nuh-uh.
Hello.
I'll save you.
Thanks. It's
Even though
my
Kurt
turn.
was the one who got mangled. Oh well, hammer
Break
time.
through. Sledgehammer. All right.
So yeah, that's my best bet.
Take this.
Very well.
We will use this one here.
Strike!
Now,
First it sounded like I missed him, but clearly I did not. Now here's the dicey part. This is going to consume most of my
activate
CP,
Ragnarok. Destroy.
but we got all the breaks we needed.
My turn!
Yeah,
Try this on for size. Crimson, get him! They're off guard. It's mine.
Can't believe after all that he's still
Here I go.
still standing. Okay. I am going to use Proud Warrior here.
How? Proud warrior!
It's my turn.
Basically, I'm sacrificing all my
escape.
CP to try to hit the hordes before I
Wide
do all that
open.
petrified crap.
I'll assist.
Overkill! petrified Yuna.
Very well.
Poison Kurt. This is my strongest move, so let's give it a shot.
Not today!
Now.
You need to remember, she doesn't have breath. Let's see. Item, Curia. She can't reach.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, my strength turns kind of squandered there.
Here I go!
In case you don't remember, Mobius boosted the power of that, so I imagine there's probably gonna be someone saying, why that deal so much? And that's why.
You're done for. Eat this!
Danger level high. Charging! Ha!
Let's go.
Really weak to wind. Jeez, we barely even did a number on him yet. Okay, item.
Ha!
Thanks! Here I go!
Okay. I'm looking at stats effects. We have a best chance to like confusing or blinding him, but I don't have any confused stuff yet. Too early in the game. So as much as I hate to say, I might want to just airstrike him.
Eye for an eye!
I shall go. Charging!
My turn.
So over here I can use breath. It won't reach Randy, but
Arcus,
it's fine.
activate!
Yeah!
Got it! Ha!
Thanks.
Thanks! Eh?
Well, we blinded it. I don't know if that's actually going to affect the accuracy of the spell.
All right.
Looks like it did not.
Now.
I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to scope this
Here
thing
I go.
because Altina has to keep healing. Yeah.
There!
Ancient Serpent with a human face. The mana crystal it holds allows it to instantly cast arts, has weak petrification skills. Drops a dragon incense. That's the mega elixir of the game, if you don't remember.
Ha!
My turn.
This, I think, is the ultimate Earth spell. So Altina is most likely to do that.
Eye for an eye!
Don't give up!
Thank you. I'll save you.
Thanks! Yeah!
Here's the break.
I'll support you.
Thanks!
That's EP back.
Got it! Yeah! Now's our chance! It's mine!
I shall go. Charging!
Ha!
It's my turn!
How? Proud warrior!
All right! Ta! Ta! Let's get him!
I'll assist. Ha!
Let's go! Yeah! It's down! Gotcha!
I shall go. Charging!
Hoping to get a turn in before he does, and it looks like I do.
Ha!
Thank you. Got it!
Okay, at this point we're better off just casting spells, I think.
Arcus, activate!
She's petrified again.
Eye for an eye! My turn. Arcus, activate!
My turn. Charging!
And everyone's booked.
Yeah!
Ha! Thanks.
Just need to hope he doesn't shatter her.
Huh.
Come on, get blinded.
Got it! Arcus, activate!
We're in trouble. Arcus, activate.
Let's go! Huh. I
I
appreciate it.
it!
Ha!
Oh, now he does it.
Here I go! Arcus, activate!
Ha!
No blind.
My turn.
Fire's neutral. This is the next best thing. Actually, yeah, that's the best I've got.
Charging!
Eh?
Good night.
I'll support you.
Thanks! Nice! We did it!
Took a little while. 2 U materials, 2 beast flesh, 1 dragon incense. Sadly, that's not as much Sepith as it may seem. Never seen a monster like that before. Also, this looks like a dead end. You're right, seems like there isn't a singularity here. It made for some decent field practice, though. I say let's call it a day. What? Something's coming. This odd sensation feels familiar. I couldn't read all that because it auto-scrolled.
I have a certain proposal that you might find of interest. And as it so happens, everything we need to execute it can be found nearby. There is, after all, only room for one in this deal.
I can't even remember why we chose that place for our final showdown. But it's obvious to me now. You've been the one pulling the strings behind our backs this whole time.
Just now. Was I daydreaming? No, that couldn't be it. It was a vision, but different from the one we had of our life at school. What's the matter? What'd you see? Don't tell me you didn't see anything. There must have been a reason it only affected us. They explained to Randy what they saw. Zeno and Leonidas from Zephyr, huh? And a conversation between the Jaeger King and Albric. It was very fragmented, but yes, that's what it was. What do you think it means? There seemed to be another Awakener involved. We should let Fee and the instructor know when he's back. We've definitely gotten some results from our Special Ops mission today. Indeed. Yeah, it seems like a valuable piece of info. Let's head back. Alright. I like how they accept that without the whole possibility of it just being something they imagined. Just saying. Anyway, the chest outside tells me that we're going to be back here, much like the shrines in Cold Steel 2, how you have to come back later for the Zemurian ore. Wonder what we're coming back for later. Anyway, I want to walk out to use the terminal thing. And then, was there anything else on the by road, or was this it? wasn't the by road, it was here. By road is where we're supposed to go. Yeah, they don't let you go that way. Hopping over to the Orbital Factory right now because I want to look at that one quartz. With all the materials I raked in from there, I don't have an excuse anymore. It's strengthen. No, it's not. Yeah, what was it? Maybe it's in this list? Junk shop. Because there was something that would reveal the locations of the chests. Moon lens. Okay. Was there anything else? I think that was it. Is that what I think it is? Yes, it's the bus they have along the border route. And we just missed it. Quick, hop on the back. We missed it. Since they're so new, there probably won't be another one for a while, too. And maybe for the best. Public transportation may have been alerted to our likenesses. It's maybe safer to travel to Tidescape by foot. Yeah, okay, I think I'm getting used to all this walking anyway. I'll do my best as well, but I will rely on Clem Soleil as needed. That's the spirit. Now that I think about it, actually, we have 400... Like... I'm tempted to just get out the calculator and try to figure it out. I think we'll have other opportunities before we need to leave. Those ones right there are the ones who can actually give you fishing bait. And they give you hardy powder.
Locked and loaded!
Fishing spot.
What am I looking at for bait? As much as I hate to say it, I don't think I'm going to see anything new today. Maybe somewhere else I'll get something, but not that, not here. These had U materials and 3, I want to say. Yeah, screw it. And still do get them. So that's 5 U materials. I thought there was something over here that I saw a second ago.
There!
We'll give this one more try. Nope, never mind. Scratch that. That one gets to live for another day. The heck are you?
It's powerful.
And I am really curious. Battle. See, I'm gonna guess that's a super rare or something that I kind of botched.
Oh, I found some treasure!
Aqua Bleed R. Hope I can trade these in for something better because I'm getting all these
Locked
really
and
rare,
loaded.
crappy ones. Man, now that I think about it, since I found the golden palm, I probably should show that fight.
Oh, over there!
Hamel
That road leads to Hamel.
It looks like it's been blocked off by the army.
Just up that way, isn't that? The abandoned road leading up to Hamel, if I'm not mistaken. We were once there with the others from the branch campus, but to think it was Ash's hometown all this time. Ash. Come on, don't let me get you guys down. Look, the place is all sealed up again. We don't have time to waste by hanging around here, yeah? Yeah, you're right. We can't afford to miss Tatiana. Let's get going. Time to skate, here we come. Got a little bit of bait off that one. I need to go this way because I think it goes overhead. Turn around. Three U materials. I was expecting there to be another one of those fat worm things up here, where I found the gold palm. Not seeing a thing.
Man, it feels like ages since we've been here.
This is right where we hid the Draken, if memory
Locked
serves.
and loaded!
Ash's plan was really quite good.
Sure, except for the part where you guys went AWOL and stole a military machine.
Details.
Fatigue removed.
Altina and Yuna. I figured this was going to be Altina and Brandy, but... oh well, it saves me trouble feeling hurt. So what is this?
A powerful enemy. Exercise caution.
Titan Roach. Summons Tagamemnon. It also does not
Search mode
destabilize
activate.
easily.
Scan complete.
Weak to wind, I don't think Altina has anything for that. She does have Mirage.
All right!
No, Seal. Yeah, that's not happening.
Breakthrough! Sledgehammer!
Order up unlocked.
It's my turn! Take this! Wide open!
I'll assist.
Double crit.
Now.
Oh well. We'll go with Craft, Fragrack. Oh, those are the things that drop the U materials. Sad part is, it can heal quite a bit. Did we seriously knock off a tenth of its hit points already? Yes, we did. Barely, but we did.
There. Now.
They're mine!
I'll save you.
Thanks!
Useless.
Here I go! Take this! Let's get him!
I'll assist. I shall go.
They're close enough.
Activate Ragnarok. Destroy.
Just need to make sure they don't get the 10% turn.
It's my turn! Breakthrough! Sledgehammer! It's my turn!
Okay. We want
Set
to switch.
gunner!
Gemini.
You can't escape! Fire!
Now.
I was hoping they'd be close enough. I actually need to kill this one.
There.
They're mine! It's my turn! Set! Striker! Take this!
My turn.
In all seriousness, I'm not seeing a way through this without something extremely tedious.
Thanks!
Because if he's healing for 5% of his health every time he hits me, and he calls an ally every time he loses 10, hopefully you can see where this math problem is going.
Breakthrough! Sledgehammer! Here I go! Take this!
I shall go. Activate Ragnarok. Destroy.
Here I go!
Blah.
Set! Gunner! Chop!
Now.
If you notice, he's gained more
activate.
and more and more turns.
Yeah.
Thanks! All right! Set! Striker!
Yeah, I didn't think that would work.
Take this! Wide open!
I'll assist. Useless. My turn.
It's almost half dead.
Charging. Ha!
Thanks! It's my turn! Ha! Ta!
Now. Arcus activate. Ha!
I did not know he could be
Now.
confused. That's... Actually, yeah, it's a decent probability, all things considered.
Arcus activate. Ha!
Come on, go for your buddy, go for your buddy. Then I'll show him who's
All
boss.
right. Breakthrough! Sledgehammer! It's my turn! Take this! Wide open!
I'm very concerned about that
Alice
10% heal turn. Which
I
currently
shall
is going
go.
to Yuna.
Charging.
Good. This will be perfect. It's going to
Yeah.
offset the poison.
Here I go! Set! Gunner! Ha! Let's get him!
I'll assist.
The only silver
My
line
turn.
to this is he's not spamming that stupid attack.
Yeah. Now.
They're mine!
Actually, I think I'm better off holding fire for this turn.
Arcus activate!
Now. Charging!
Eh?
Yeah!
Nope. Nuh-uh.
My turn.
Okay, I think it's time to step on the gas.
Breakthrough! Sledgehammer!
Now.
Oh, we're supposed to be using the Eben thing, I think, because it'll reflect the damage. It'll negate and reflect, I mean.
Activate Ragnarok. Destroy!
All right! Set! Striker! Set! Gunner!
Stick to this.
Take this!
She's
I'll
almost dead.
save you.
Thanks!
I'll save you.
Thanks!
I'll save you.
Thanks!
If you notice, she's not getting
my
CP
turn.
from any of that. Not a single one. So let's go ahead and pop a... one of these, I guess.
Eh?
Now. Arcus activate.
Here I go!
Yeah, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah!
I was hoping you'd get a little closer.
Yeah!
And of course that one lives with just a sliver.
Nope. All right. Set. Striker. Take this. Let's get him.
I'll assist. My turn. Charging!
Don't give up.
Thank you. Yeah! I shall go. Let's go! Eben Press! Now. Activate Ragnarok! Destroy!
All right. You can't escape. Fire!
Cost me all my BP, but it looks like this is the end.
All right.
So my best course of action is try to delay my turn as long as possible. So I'm looking for the thing with the longest cast time.
Arcus activate!
My turn.
Anyway, the reflection is gone.
Thanks! It's my turn! Ta! Ta! Nice! We did
Man.
it!
So Beowulf isn't any closer. 1 U material for all that. Seriously. I mean, I got 57 of the Sepith masses, so I'm gonna have to go shopping somewhat soon. Evan Crest EX, full HP EP. I think that applies to the guys too. So it has a bigger heal. Instead of 10%, it's now 15. I don't know if the cost has come down any, because 5 is outrageous. See, I think I'm gonna put a pause right here after this scene and go back and do some stuff. Namely, shop. This bus runs back and forth to Titus Gate. If Tatiana's decided to take it, all our work will be for nothing. Don't worry, she wouldn't have left the gate yet. I know it. I didn't see anyone on the bus that looked like her. Damn, you got some good eyes there, Kurt. Randy, we know you're just testing us. It is fairly obvious, and I believe you know where we're where as well. Guess I'm starting to grow into my role as your substitute instructor. It's too high for me to see anything. I guess this was a tall students-only test. Let's keep on track. We're probably more than halfway to Titus Gate by now. Sounds good. So yeah, I'm going back to town. Okay, I went back to fight that queen thing in search of the golden palm, and it wasn't there. I got a holy chain, but no palm. So we're gonna press forward, see where it takes us. Man, there's a new enemy on every single... Oh, what? There's more... Okay, son of a... Let's see if we can get
That
lucky
one
here.
looks tough.
So, I didn't really get anything to show for that one. Potions, I'm not gonna bother trying the fishing thing. I've had crap luck. This area is huge, man.
It's actually kinda peaceful here, for us being so close to the border and all.
Imagine what it must have been like 14 years ago, when the army was storming through the place.
You're referring
Locked
to the
and
100 Days
loaded.
War, correct?
Uncle Zex's unit came here too, back when the Ouroboros shutdown hit 4 years ago.
And there you have it.
There!
Well, those guys aren't worth anything. Maybe the bugs will be worth something. Okay, so it loops around. We'll go the other way since this one's devoid of enemies. What do you have?
There!
Yeah, there's nothing worth
There!
it.
Ha! Oh, I found some treasure!
Holy Sphere.
Ha! There! Ha! There! Locked and loaded!
Okay, so it doesn't loop around. It's just a long, winding road that kind of coils on itself.
That enemy is strong. Powerful enemy. Exercise caution.
Ooh, Parm.
Breakthrough!
I shall go.
Beautiful shiny palm that hides in the shadow of stronger monsters contains a great deal of sepith masses. Well, in that case, we better pop that sucker.
Search.
Got it! Try the...
It's my turn! Wide open!
I'll assist. I shall go.
How?
My turn. There. There.
Hands down,
They're
this
mine!
is worth it. I'm going to show the fight so you can see the palm.
My turn.
Just need to remember when I'm editing this, show fight.
All right! Ha! Ha!
Got it! Ha! Now's our chance! It's mine!
Nope, not enough.
I shall go.
Slim, I don't think there's enough here. No, she doesn't hit it hard enough.
Eye for an eye!
Don't give up!
Thank you.
Not today! My turn. Cha!
All right! Ha! Ha!
Okay, we
Got
got
it.
to break one last time.
Ha!
Randy
shall
almost
go.
one-shot this sucker because of all of his strength buffs.
Let's go! Ha!
Still waiting for a lot of these things to miss Kurt because
It's my turn!
he's supposed to be the dodge
Ha!
king.
Ha!
I know it's still
Let's
early,
get him!
but a lot
I'll
more
assist.
hits should be missing than currently
More hostiles.
are. And for some reason these guys go first. The one that just hit
Very
me is
well.
the big one, the one that matters.
Let's go!
Real quick if you want to see. He drops bait, these guys drop reviving bombs. They really do not.
Ah! Here I go! You're...
That's all.
No problemo.
So, David got a nice chunk of EXP, so did Mobius. U material, Holy Chain.
I must train even more.
The U material came from the Golden Palm. It's the only one that there could have dropped it.
Whew! Baby! Some treasure!
A Golden Sphere R, not shabby. Pair of U materials. And food crap. So just doing one last look at the map, make sure I'm not missing any treasure chests. Didn't even realize how much I missed this quartz, I tell you. Aw man, I was hoping I could pump those. Whoa, this is really something. Liberal border Titus Gate. Titus Gate, the border post between here and the Kingdom of Liberal. It's even bigger than I imagined. Well, the Empire did fight a war against them 14 years ago. Though it was more like a one-sided invasion than a war. That's true. Seems there are troops from the armored divisions here. Did you see the marking on their uniforms? That's the 1st Armored Division. They were once in charge of the capital's perimeter defense. Must be something big that's brought them here. Let's try and find Tatiana. Maybe she can tell us something that'll explain what's going on. There's a rest area for civilians over there. Let's take a look. It's a message from Rex at the Imperial Chronicle. Prompt as ever, I see. What's the message say? Let's see. Sender, Rex, subject, need favor. There's something I need to ask you as a friend of Vivi's. Can you help take on some of her responsibilities? You may know already, but she was in charge of the culture section here. But now that she's suddenly gone missing, all from her work's fallen onto my desk. Can you take pictures of any unusual places you come across and send them to me? If you're okay with it, I have a request for the first photo. I went over to Titus Gate just now to try to take some photos, but those uptight guards wouldn't let me get close enough. Can you go and get an impactful photo of Titus Gate from a low angle? P.S. If you help me out, I'll give you guys something nice. Now that I think about it, Vivi asked Instructor Rain to do this too. He sounds very distressed. I don't mind helping him if we can. He seems nice, but he's kind of a stranger. I'm more interested in finding out what reward he's got for us. Still think it's weird. Hope he's not having us take creepy photos. Yes, let's not assume anything. We should just take photos in turns for now. So, the Arcus thing finally returns. You can find scenic pictures by exploring different places. L2 circle. Okay, that looks like the marker right there for it. Actually, there's 2 things here, because I think they had a different marker for it. The 1st Armored Division's an elite force tasked with protecting the Empire. What purpose would a unit like that be here for? Well, either way, the remaining 2 divisions are scheduled to arrive soon. You should be careful that you don't obstruct the Armored Division in their operations. This is Titus Gate, a checkpoint along our border with Laboral. You'll need to inquire with the border official if you want to cross into Laboral. What Calvert did to the Courageous was downright despicable. I used to run the Inn in Legram, but I was unable to forgive the Republic for taking away Toval and Viscount Arsaid. I was desperate for revenge. The draft car from the Imperial Defense Force in Legram couldn't have come at a better time. No matter how small the contribution, I'm honored to have had a hand in avenging the Viscount. He appears to be from Laura's hometown. His manner of speech indicates he's under the influence of the Great Twilight. The 1st Armored Division was granted the responsibility of defending the capital. It's said that the collaboration between our Armored Regiment and our Infantry Regiment are considered top class among the entire army. When it comes to overall battle capabilities, word is that we don't match the 4th. We can't be seen as inferior to any other division for the honor of the 1st. We'll accomplish more than any others during the war. Maybe I misheard, but did they just say the 1st Armored Division's gonna hold field exercises in the neutral zone? No way, right? If they really did that, there's no way Laboral would stay quiet about it. Then these are the horse guys. Long time no see. Wait, aren't you the guy who lent us the horses when we were on our special ops missions? Nine's Riding Club, that's us. Nice to see you again. Yes, we're glad to see you're doing well. I recently heard something about horse racing being banned. Must be difficult for members of Nines. Indeed, we won't be able to race again until the war is over. But I'm taking this as an opportunity to get some training in. Just today we rode along Parm Byroad as part of our training. But even that just doesn't quite cut it, you know? It's difficult to have a real outlet now that racing's been banned. I want to lose myself with the wind running through my hair. I know exactly what you mean. Well, let's rest for a moment. We've been at it for hours. Now that you mention it, I'm pretty hungry. Let's get some food. Sounds like a great idea. If you like, you could take our horses out for a ride. We have many horses other than Kaiser Dice here. All of them need the exercise. It'd be a huge help to us if you could take them out. Well, in that case, it's been a while. Yeah, it feels a little nostalgic. It'd make moving along the roads easier, and it'll save us from sore feet. So you can borrow horses now. You can ride horses along the highway. Riding horses. Speak to any members of the Nines Riding Club to access their horses in that particular location. Be on the lookout for Nines members whenever you wish to set out on horseback. So here's your next Arcus thing, L2 squares to summon the horse. You need to borrow them or rent them. Battle monsters, come into them, you cannot use assault attacks. I think you just get an advantage for running into them with a horse, you don't get anything fancy. Titus Gate. I haven't been here since the 100 Days War. Hard to believe it's been 14 years now. My memories of the attack were we launch from here are still crystal clear. But this is no time to judge up the past. We should prepare for the remaining 2 divisions' arrival. Let's try and get a photo of Titus Gate. He wanted one taken from a low angle. It should be impactful. I think this would be a good spot. Excellent. Let's send it to Rex when the opportunity arises. In case you're wondering, the whole photograph thing started in 0, actually. They stopped it in Cold Steel 1 and 2, I think, but they brought it back for 3. The 1st Armor Division will be arriving at Titus Gate for field exercise in the neutral zone today. Though the reason why is classified, know that these orders come from HQ. They would like the patrolmen to assist in the field exercises as much as possible. In the neutral zone? Precisely. You may have your doubts, but rest assured there are good reasons for it. I assume you have no objection, Sergeant Major. No, sir. Wait, isn't the neutral zone? There's an area of neutrality along the border that functions as a demilitarized zone, correct? Yeah, I think so. If they perform field exercises there, wouldn't it be considered a declaration of war against Liberal? Yes, under normal circumstances. But there's a chance the Empire has already made a request for Liberal's cooperation. Well, either way, this will probably put a lot of pressure on them. Something about this bothers me. We should come back for more intel if we get the chance. Just to make sure that guy at Walk-in's the one we talked to. Glad to see the Sergeant Major knows his role. These field exercises will bring us one step closer to securing victory for the Empire. The 1st Armor Division defended the capital. Why would this elite group be here for field exercises? Can't help but be suspicious about their reasons. Whoa! Hello, Margarita. Huh? I don't see Tatiana anywhere. I'm sure we must have passed each other without noticing. Let's try and take a look around. Before we forget...
Hey, how's it hanging? Let me take a peek at the goods. Whoa, not bad. Here's a little something for your troubles.
Photo of Elise. This is the special reward you mentioned? Yeah, top quality stuff, no? It is a well-taken photo from an objective standpoint. That's Instructor Reen's sister Elise. How'd you get this? Sorry, got an urgent job. Gotta be on my way. See you later. What a slippery guy. But he doesn't seem to have ill intentions, at least. Yeah, his rewards are questionable, but I guess there's no harm in lending him some help. So, we got some unity for that. Who knew? A girl in a blue uniform. It's possible I saw a girl like that, or maybe it was just my imagination. I do remember a reporter called Rex coming here. Don't often see orbital cameras, so it was a real delight to have my photo taken. He may just be collecting information, but feels as though he has another agenda. To be fair, it's not like we really know the guy, but yeah, he definitely gives off a real sleazy vibe. This rich, cheesy fragrance is positively irresistible. Now as for these, my, they're also delicious. Seems like she's busy eating. It's a lot of food for one person. She looks really focused. We shouldn't bother her right now. So, as you can see, Margarita has lost a lot of weight, but she still can put down large amounts of food. Blonde girl with hair and buns? Sorry, I haven't seen her. I have a lot of orders coming in. I'm rather busy. My daughter Issy knows more about the customers than I do, but she's always a little ditzy. Try the recommended dish. The luxurious cheese Doria. And now, finally, Anton! The guy from Sky, yes.
Why, oh why do the border checks have to take a whole day? Hope Sharon's okay. I wonder what she's doing.
That was a really big sigh. I swear I've seen this guy somewhere before. Randy met him in Crossbell. Hey, are you okay? You seem wiped out.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry for worrying you.
I don't know if you ever had a voice actor before, though. That might be something new.
I'm Anton. I'm a tourist from Liberal.
Searching for a bride.
It's just, all these hoops I need to jump through to cross the border have really taken it out of me.
Why would you try to come to the Empire when the situation is as it is? News of the conflict with the Republic must have reached Laburl. Yeah, I know what I'm doing makes no sense at all. I've actually been corresponding with that special someone in the Empire for a year and a half. Largely, I haven't received any letters from her. Last time she wrote, she begged me to forget her. As if I could. I shook off my pal Ricky, who was trying to stop me, and took off. Came across one of those huge tanks on the way, which scared the hell out of me. On the way, does that mean the neutral zone between the two countries? As in the neutral zone between us and the gate on the Laburl border. Pretty sure there shouldn't be any tanks in that area, though. That's what I thought, too. Things are on edge at Hawking Gate, too. Don't really get the feeling that Laburl and I don't really get the feeling that Laburl and Erebonia are going to war. That's pretty concerning. But I understand why you want to check that this special summon is safe. Me too. I don't think you should stay long, but I'll be rooting for you. Don't worry about me, I'll find out what happened to her. It's nice to be reminded that there's still no shortage of kindness in Erebonia. The girl wearing the blue uniform also stopped to talk to me too. A blue uniform? Did she have blonde hair? Yes, that's her. Is she a friend of yours? She was over there with one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen. Hey, do you have a minute? Anton, was it? Care to explain your reason for entry on this documentation form here? Just what are you getting at? Reason? Why, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, could you be talking about the for love part? I was merely being honest. Is there a problem with that? I don't understand why you wouldn't see the problem. We have rules. We'll be taking you for secondary screening. What? You can't be serious! Are you traveling with him? I'm afraid we'll have to ask you all to come with him too. No way! We can't waste any time here. What the hell are we gonna do?
Dear me! You're here earlier than I expected.
Who are you, and where'd you even come from?
Whatever do you mean? I've been here the entire time, enjoying a lovely little meal over at the counter.
And she's back to normal.
It is I, Margarita Dresden, heiress to the Dresden barony. I am here today to check on a delivery of roses, a gift proffered by the Empire to the Kingdom of Laburl. And these are the civilians I hired for help. I'll gladly vouch for their character.
Okay, we're back. Who the heck is she? What is she talking about? I did notice a woman having a meal over there. This feels planned somehow. I'm very sorry, miss. In that case, they may pass. However, we'll still need to hold a secondary screen for the Laburl lover boy. Huh? What? Wait, no, please! Yeah, I've definitely run into that guy somewhere. Maybe 2 years ago in Crossbell. Looks like we are in the clear now. Miss Margarita, right? I think we owe you a thank you. Oh, it's no trouble at all. You are Thor's students after all, are you not? How'd you know? Are you a student of Thor's? Let us start from the beginning. I am Margarita Dresden, a graduate of the main campus. I graduated the same year as Reen. It's wonderful to meet you, younger students. Whoa, I never would have guessed you and Instructor Reen were the same age. Perhaps this is a strange question, but were you eating over there? Well, I never. Seems you and those guards back there share a similar sense of humor. The food here is so delicious I may have overindulged a tad, but as you can see, it hasn't affected my beauty one bit. Maybe best not to investigate any further. Yes, I quite agree. So the alumni are starting to make their moves too, huh? For everyone who's gone missing, the other graduates and Instructor Reen. Vivi too. In fact, since the Great Twilight began, Mint, Lindy, and everyone else just straight up disappeared. You can add Ferris and Patrick to that little list of yours. They were in Heimdall at the time as well. That's why we've split into different regions to collect any information on them as we can. The information exchange with Tatiana is part of that. I see. So Tatiana's connection was Margarita. Yes, our families have long been friends. After exchanging information, she returned to Parm, but... Is everything okay? Yes, it's just, she had this look on her face like something else was on her mind. Seems she met someone she knew who she thought she knew on her way here. She said there was a friend who had been in the same club as her. Someone in the same club as Tatiana? Could it be? Yuna and the others bid farewell to Margarita, who still had business at Tiny Skate. They resumed their activities once they got in contact with Kyrie and Pablo. Can't believe we picked up his trail here, of all places. Ash. The Hamel tragedy the Hamel tragedy 14 years ago had been buried in the Empire's shadows and forgotten. Is he truly its third survivor? I knew about the other two, one of them's even an acquaintance of mine. Man, it might be a little late to say this, but that kid's got one hell of a backstory. The ruins of Hellmall are located in the province of Sutherland. It hasn't been confirmed, but the likelihood that Ash is there is quite high. We haven't seen him since the Emperor was shot. Hard to believe he's somewhere that close. We still don't have any clues about the singularity, but I think we should go find him. I agree with Yuna. I believe the other members of Class 7, including Instructor Reen, would think so as well. Yes, we need to hear what happened directly from Ash. It could set him free, even if we're the only ones who forgive him for what he's done. You guys. He used to be a part of Class 8, so I can't say I haven't been worried about him. Maybe it was fate, me getting dragged to Aaron with you. Yeah, well, that's that. We're going to Hamel, everyone. An abandoned road leading to an abandoned mountain pass. It's been closed up, we should see for ourselves. So real quick, duck back in. I think people have moved around outside. I see, so you're Altina. So sorry about what happened to Milliam. Milliam told me all about you, you know. She was always so excited to share stories about her adorable little sister. She did? Were you close with her? Yes, we were fellow members of the cooking club at school. She was such a bold chef, marching to the beat of no one's drum but her own. She showed me the real possibilities food had to offer. I'm afraid to ask you to elaborate on what you mean by possibilities. Milliam has some unconventional ideas when it comes to cooking. But of course, that girl followed her heart in life and cooking alike. I only wish I could fulfill the promise I made to her. What promise? As fellow members of the cooking club, we promised that we would work together to make a dish at the likes of which no one has ever tasted. But with things as they are now, it may no longer be possible to do so. Milliam really said that? Margarita, is there anything I can do to help you keep that promise? Allie, now that you mention it, it all makes sense now. Perhaps this is Adios telling me that I should see Milliam's dream to its completion. And if that's the case, then this is exactly what I'll do. From here on out, would you be willing to bring me any peculiar dishes you make? Peculiar dishes? You know, those strange meals you make sometimes when your cooking goes wrong? Precisely. I'm sure dining on the unusual dishes you made will be the inspiration I need. It'll only be a matter of time before I conceive and concoct a meal that no one has even dreamed of. That does stand to reason. Understood. We'll bring you any peculiar dishes we accidentally make. I'm so excited to get started. You can now offer peculiar dishes to Margarita. Putting the peculiar dishes aside for the moment, I'd like you to please take care of Tatiana. Do be careful while you're out. And Anton is not back. Okay, those are the 9s, guys. He didn't look like a spy. What was going on with that man they were hauling away? Come on, don't slow down, Coach. Food in there isn't going to eat itself, you know. I got it. I'll put the lead on. I'll put the lead on? No. I'll put the lead on. Just wait a minute. He didn't look like a spy, and they just repeat that. So yeah, it looks like everything else is the same. Do we know what the plan is for tomorrow? Yes, sir. We'll be simulating a pincer attack in the neutral zone. We'll use this exercise to train the new recruits under the command of Sergeant Major Zolms. Very well. The neutral zone offers excellent visibility as it's mostly flat terrain. I look forward to watching the new recruits improve as soldiers and behave as an army. I sympathize with the guards, but these are orders from the Supreme Commander. They'll be joining us for some field exercises. Everything is for the success of Operation Jormungand. We'll need to convene with the 1st Armored Division. So, are we actually able to just leave? I don't know if Tatiana's here. We'll take a quick peek. I don't want to go too long because I know this video is already going to be massive. The store. Where's the store? Right here. Kurt, how's it going? Nice time. We just got here ourselves. We heard that Ash might be hiding out somewhere near Hamel, so we came to take a look. We'll follow after you as soon as we're done with our preparations. There's no telling what we'll find out there. Be careful, everyone. Of course. join you as soon as we finish the preparations. Starting to get fishy now. Leave the backup operations and military finance.
I can see a lot of fish here.
Been hired to transport goods requisitioned by the military from the nearby village. Confiscated, you meant to say. It's a job like any other. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong, but it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, you know? What's your business? I'm on duty now. If you want something, come from me later. Come from me later? Oh, you want something from me, come later. Not seeing anyone else out of place, I was kind of hoping Tatiana would be somewhere we could easily access her, but into the byroad we go.
Let's get riding! Time to ride.
I don't know if there's really anything here I need to fight. That one's a little tempting to try to get a gold palm again. Okay, that was close. Don't really want to fight those guys, even though, yes, they do give you materials, and damn it, that was my turn.
Giddy up! Easy, easy! Giddy up!
Hey, look at that. It's open. There are scratches around the keyhole. From the looks of it, someone forced the lock open with a wire, such as those used for lockpicking. Lockpicking, huh? Sheesh, that punk's got a bunch of tricks up his sleeve. If the smaller footprints are Tatiana's, then he might be onto something. Alright, let's... The pendulum's reacting. Does that mean there's something up ahead? I don't know, but we should be careful just in case. So how am I for items and everything? That's decent. Got a ton of reviving bombs already, man. The game just started. Huh. Ah, right, I can't do much. So yeah, not too much I can actually do here, it seems. It's a bit of a road there if they allow us to walk it. Pluromograph, just like the old field exercise camp. The very air here is charged too. I surmise that something has activated the higher elements. You think maybe... Nah, never mind. We'll circle back to that later. Yeah, right now we need to find Ash and Tatiana. Let's go, Kurt, Allie. Understood. So I don't know how much this place has changed since we were last here. Pew pew! Those things drop you materials, but they're really weak. Those ones are not worth fighting. They're tanky and they don't offer good rewards. Maybe Serpent and stuff, but I'm not too keen on those. I'm really eager to get a lot of materials early, though. They do give you full CP, the smaller ones don't. Okay, we're gonna pop this. Can't scan up with the microphone. Randy just insta-killed the thing.
Treasure
scan
located.
it. Orange cape. Are there any crates or anything for me to bust over here? I'm not seeing anything. No, there was one.
Ha! Locked and loaded!
May have to hug the walls to try to find them, but I need to fight that monkey thing again. It can drop attack 1 quartz, so if you can get 2 of those, you can upgrade it into attack 2, which is going to give you a little more power, but not really anything to write home about, you know?
Last time we were here, we had the Draken to help us out, at least.
The monsters around here have definitely gotten stronger since then.
Perhaps they're affected by the black pleroma grass.
So you can see the clashing steel trophy there. I don't know what that means exactly. No horses. The slime monsters can drop U materials. That one did not. And there actually is a charging station there, I need to remember. So I can go ham with some of these spells.
It's powerful. We must take care.
Got a few more U materials, but
baby,
no attack cords.
some treasure.
Impede 1. I don't know if that'll be good or not to use.
Locked and loaded!
There goes, high speed. A little curious if there's anything over there I can pop. I'm not seeing it.
Locked and loaded!
There's some fish there!
I'm gonna try this one last time
There.
because there may be something over here.
I got one! Nice!
That's an arowana, it looks like. Right now I'm glad I have the upgrades I do. It's not going in without a fight.
Pretty good, huh?
Tiger arowana.
There!
Trying one more time.
I got one! Nice!
And it's a perch.
I did it!
I'm gonna fight it. Just one more for my trouble. Spirit incense. Okay, we have full charge gauges.
There!
I'm gonna go ahead and pop this because I don't think there's anything that I'm gonna need to do the triple advantage for. And sometimes you get lucky with U materials. That was not one of them. Yeah, I have no desire to fight this thing at all. It's not worth the headache.
There!
Real quick. Since I have ingenuity, I do want to cast Tear there since she scales off of me.
Just what I needed.
Come on.
That enemy is strong.
That fight took forever. The damn monkey just kept getting the continuous HP 10, HP 50. I couldn't steal his turn without an S-craft, and I don't have the CP regen to reasonably do that.
A good break.
Saintly Force. I was hoping that would be the U materials to make up for what I didn't get. Anything else? No. That voice came from over there.
I can't keep fighting.
Get in the mech.
Everyone, please. Ash!
Tatiana.
There!
Ha!
Oh, that's our boss.
Yuna? Instructor Randolph?
Are you alright? You've done a great job. Leave the rest to us. Everyone battle stations. Let's do this. Right.
Be on guard.
So that's
it's
new.
Strong.
Just hoping it miss.
Eye for an eye. Very well.
Break through!
My turn.
And
It's
of
down.
course he misses.
Gotcha. I'll end it.
So now here comes the counter.
My turn.
Drops crest and HP 1, carnivorous plant with 3 hungry mouths, more vicious and insatiable than normal bite plants, it craves human flesh.
Activate.
Here I go!
I don't think I can reach them from here. Oh, I could.
There!
Here I go. You're...
I'll save you.
Thanks!
My turn.
All right!
I think I'm far enough away.
There!
I shall go. Search mode activated.
So now we need to do this to actually get it in the notes. Me having that cheap
Scan
ports doesn't
complete.
quite do it. Weakest to water of all things.
Got it. There. I appreciate it. My turn.
I'm gonna do this.
How? Proud warrior!
Basically fishing for unbalances.
My turn.
Now.
Except with her. You're gonna cast. Time.
Charging.
Here I go. Yeah. They're off guard. It's mine.
Everyone's blinded now.
Not today.
It's my turn! Cha!
Yeah.
My turn. Strike. Windblade formation.
Hoping everyone can get the
Very
attacks
well.
in.
Cha.
Basically
It's
that
down.
no one misses.
Gotcha.
Now. Yeah. There.
They're mine!
Very well.
But I'm beating it to death like this because I'm trying to get everyone's CP
There.
topped off.
Gotcha. Nice one, Kurt.
3
You carried
new
that
materials.
fight.
Not too shabby.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Looks like you aren't injured. Are you okay, Tatiana? I'm fine. I'm just so glad you guys are okay. I didn't think I'd ever see you all again. Can't believe you came out here alone. It's good we made it in time to help. They explained the situation to Tatiana. Oh, so you came here for Ash? Thought I saw him from the bus about halfway to the gate, but it was only for a second. You stopped by and found this, right? Hector Mark II. A Crimson Hector, Mark II to boot. It's gotta be one of ours like that Draken from before. It looks like someone's used it recently. Guess that's how he got here. Why didn't he just use that to smash the gate instead of trying to pick the lock? Just saying. Ash. We'll have to leave it here for now. Tatiana, do you mind waiting a while? We'll get Kyrie and Pablo to come pick you up. What? No, I want to come with you. You're in no condition to fight. You need to take some time out to recuperate. Don't worry, we can handle it. Please trust us. It is in our hands. When we do this, it'll be in your name as well. You will not fail. Alright. Class 7, the rest is up to you. Keep it up, guys. What's left of Hellmall is up ahead. Got it. They've been here before, dude. They know. So, the one thing I wanted to look at real quick, I didn't mention this in the fight, but there was a Parm that appeared, a golden Parm in the fight with the monkey. We did pop it, so I got the Sepith masses. So if we look at my... Wow, I'm almost got 1,000. Really wish I could tag along with everyone for my backup. With things as they are, I'd only be a burden. If anyone could look out for Ash, I'd really appreciate it. You got it, Tatiana. Just leave it to us. So... Let's see... 1, 2... There's like a fishing spot in every area now, isn't there? Oh, just loops around. Good to know. So in that case, why isn't that just on the platform? If I remember correctly, these have sky-high defense. I got U materials, but those snails are a little tough to pop. So apparently that was not a boss, it was just a regular enemy. Maybe we'll get lucky and have gold palm here then.
Yeah, that one looks tough.
I got crest and U materials, but no palm. So we're having a mech fight right now.
There! Locked and loaded! There!
I highly, highly doubt they give us mech stuff without, you know, the fight coming up.
Here, too.
Those are the same flowers we gathered before, aren't they?
It's kinda sad seeing them like this.
Try to stay focused, guys. We've got to find Ash.
That enemy is strong.
U materials and HP. So I wonder if they're gonna give me an orbment charging station before we have our mech fight. Actually, now that I think about it, how am I... Wow. Okay. Just have to remember you have to unlock everything multiple times. Don't get excited.
This spot seems excellent for...
2 casts,
There.
that's it. Unless I get that stupid little thing that I can never remember the
I
name
got
of.
one! Nice!
It's another arowana. And now it should come in.
I did it!
I'm actually good here.
Yeah, that one looks tough. Don't let your guard down.
Ha! Locked and loaded!
I'm gonna gamble. I think they've only given me
Found
4
some
tags.
treasure!
Heat up R.
Locked and loaded!
Yeah, I'll fight this thing because I need the brave points and stuff. That was a waste of a fight, to be perfectly honest. Zerum powder, so whatever it is, it's nasty. It's basically the same clue as the introduction area where I said as soon as I saw that given to us, it's going to be a rough fight. And this was a pretty nasty one if I remember last time, too. Who was the first boss in Cold Steel 3? We ran into Rutger over here, but it wasn't him. Was it Duvali? No. Could have been Shirley. This whole place is overgrown, way more than anywhere else. You know? Right, the core's just up ahead. That's where we'll find Ash. Let's go. So if I could actually teleport out here, I would go back for supplies and stuff. Oh, they do let you do some stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do stuff off camera. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I unlocked a lot of stuff. I pretty much unlocked all the first slots. Unfortunately, I did make the breath super rare. I didn't realize that was a 2-slot thing, so we're down to this for the moment. Otherwise, I don't think I have anything else of high priority that needs to go in here. Saintly Force is a little tempting because I don't know if we're going to be getting debuffed or not, and I don't think I have enough to make a Silver Thorn enhanced. For Randy, I'm leaving his stuff alone because I don't know if I'm going to be able to use him in the final group or not. For equipment, I have her using the Silver Chain for the 2000 HP and then the Rider Gloves for bonus break. He has the Gothic Handkerchief for 3% evasion, and then Quilted Handkerchief for another 3%, putting him at 20%. She has the Noct Watch for a little bit of speed, and the Holy Sphere just to make her a little tankier. He has the Album Watch for more speed, and then I gave him Proverbs Ebb so that he has some defense and a little bit extra crit. Now that you know what all I did, let's go and see who's waiting for us. When I came here before, it was so peaceful and quiet. And now the black paloma grass has given the place an ominous, unpleasant feel. Now, where's our little troublemaker? So there he is. I'm really expecting Randy to leave when we get Ash for the following parts.
What the hell am I doing? I make a clean getaway, only to come back here of all places. I guess it's fitting, all things considered.
Ash!
You're really here.
Thank Adios! I'm so glad you're okay.
Sheesh, you really know how to make people worry, don't you?
The hell? What are you doing here? This has gotta be some sort of sick joke.
Ash, are you alright?
What do you...
You stay the hell away from me! You know exactly who I am and what I did. I'm an assassin sent by Calvard. The traitorous piece of shit who shot the Emperor and started this war.
But that wasn't...
And? What's your point? The curse in your left eye made all that happen, right? None of this is your fault.
Yeah, sure, the curse did it. It's like I wasn't even there. That's one sorry-ass excuse. At the end of the day, I'm the one who pulled the trigger. I gave in to the voice in my head telling me to do it. I gave in to all the hate, anger, and pain that built up inside me for 14 years, and I shot down the Emperor in cold blood. I should have been able to fight it, but I couldn't, because I was too damn weak. So I let myself become a pawn, carried out a role I never asked for. My whole life's just been decided for me by some shitty prophecy. For so damn long, I thought I was living for myself, but it was all bullshit. The Hamel tragedy, finding my mom, losing her, getting into Thor's in Class 7. It was all just part of the script, all to put a gun in my hand. And I wasn't even an actor, just a damn puppet. It's all so pathetic.
Ash.
Get lost. I'm done talking. My part in all this is over. Only thing left for me to do is leave the stage. Probably should have died here with everyone else anyway.
Don't you dare talk like that, Ash! This isn't the end. Not by a long shot. None of us know what we're supposed to do. But we're doing everything we can. Together. And we're not the only ones. There's the old Class 7, and everyone else from the branch campus too. You think we'll just sit by and let you pretend that you're done? That you have nothing left to do but die? No way we'd allow that! You're one of us, Ash! You're a member of Class 7!
Cut the crap already. With everything going on now, there's no way.
There is a way. There's always a way. Because we've all made up our minds to support you and Instructor Reen, to understand you and ease the burdens you carry.
Huh?
Guess you wouldn't have heard, huh? Reen's in a way worse spot than you right now. He's the one who pulled the trigger on this whole Great Twilight thing. Everything that's going wrong in Erebonian now is a result of that. To make matters worse, the enemy has him captive, and he's completely lost control of his power. Well, you think you've got it bad? Just imagine what he's going through.
Look, there's no way to change the past. Tragedies like what happened here in Hamel can't be undone. But you, Ash, you survived it. That's nothing short of a miracle, and I refuse to believe it was meaningless. You made it to safety, and met a wonderful woman who cared for you and raised you. And then you went to Thor's. You met us and Instructor Reen. You really think your entire life was nothing more than set up for the shooting? You damn fool! How dare you act like it was all for nothing? But I refuse to believe all of that suffering was for nothing. And I think you're the same way. You asked me how your presence in the class benefits me. But that's not what matters, as long as you find meaning in what we're doing. You have a place in Class 7. I just want to be there to help you along. That's all. The curse drove you to do one awful thing, but the rest of your life, that was all your own. If you're too stupid to understand that, then feel free to sit here feeling sorry for yourself. But if you're still even the tiniest bit frustrated, if you're angry at whatever it is that used you, then just remember, that same thing is tormenting Instructor Reen right now. Tell me, Ash, knowing all that, what do you think you need to do?
Kurt.
This isn't like you at all, Ash.
Yeah. Never known you to get your ass kicked and not go for payback. Guess you decided to turn over a new leaf, huh?
Damn, you guys really don't let up. It's like I'm drowning in friggin' sap here. Guess that pain-in-the-ass instructor of ours really rubbed off on you, huh?
I suppose he has.
But you can't deny he's had an influence on you too, Ash.
That's right. The fact that you came here means you're just as sentimental as the rest of us.
You got me there. I could have gone back to Raquel, but I decided to mope around here instead.
Right?
I suppose either way, you'd be home.
Let me just make one thing clear, though. It wasn't your little pep talk that brought me around. You reminded me. I've got a score to settle with that damn curse.
That sounds more like you, Ash.
Attaboy.
What a heartwarming coming-of-age drama!
What?
Jaegers.
I I knew I'd find you in the end, Ash Carbide. And to have caught your Class 7 friends with you, I couldn't have planned it more perfectly.
The hell are you supposed to be?
And what do you want with Class 7?
That armor. I've heard about these guys. You're Ouroboros' enhanced Jaegers, aren't you?
Allow me to introduce myself then. I am the commander of the 6th Enhanced Jaeger Regiment, the one and only Gilbert Stein.
If you do not remember this guy, he made his first appearance in Sky 1. He was the assistant of the mayor of Ruin, or something like that. And then in the second game, when you're trying to have Estelle reunite with Joshua, you have to face off against him, and it's this really weird, annoying mission. Just be aware this is a character with quite some history behind him.
After overcoming years of hellish training, now I'm finally gracing your empire with my presence!
They're Ouroboros' dedicated combat division.
I remember them from the database. They were involved in the incident in Liberal.
Really? He looks pretty useless to me.
Useless? Nothing but the useless words of a useless child! But never mind. I'm far more interested in you, would-be Imperial assassin!
What do you want with Ash?
There are certain individuals who would rather not have you wandering about willy-nilly. Now, I suggest you all lay down your weapons and surrender before things get ugly.
Know what? Maybe I will. But on one condition. You let everyone else go. They've got nothing to do with this.
No.
What are you saying, Ash? We're a team, remember?
Oh, who'd have thought the assassin would be so devoted to his friends? As it so happens, my flawless skills are only matched by my boundless generosity. They can go.
Commander! Are you sure about that? It goes directly against our orders.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Listen, the redhead is dangerous. I'd really rather avoid fighting him.
I see. That's very like you, Commander.
All right, Ash Carbide. Put your hands in the air and walk over here, slowly.
Got it. Now!
Right!
Eat this!
All right, let's fall back.
This terrain isn't to our advantage. We should move to the plaza by the entrance.
Roger!
Right away.
Why, you little... There's no way I'm letting you get away after that! That was a dirty trick! What happened to you Thor's kids being the pride of Erebonia?
You try to act tough, but I could smell you shitting yourself the moment you saw Randolph. Sorry, but I don't got time to waste on trash like you. I've got a score to settle, and I ain't gonna let up till I've settled it. On top of that, that idiot got himself caught because of me, so I gotta go save his dumb ass.
Welcome back.
That's one way to put it.
Sheesh. And now he's totally back to normal. I can't believe I was worried.
Glad to have you with us again, Ash. Now let's do this together.
Yes. We'll get our instructor back as a team.
Enough of the friendship and teamwork crap! You won't be spouting that drivel once I've given you a taste of true power! The power I gained through my many trials in Phantasma!
Okay, so I'm coming here with the post-game commentary to explain
How do you
a couple
like
things.
this?
So the whole gimmick to Gilbert is he has these healing buff items that he'll pass around as needed. He has a fixed number of them.
Eye for an eye!
So every time he uses them, they get gradually weaker until it's a 1,000 point AoE heal, but be aware that the first one is 12,000. So do not go ham early until he burns that item first. Now, depending on how crits and everything roll, it is very possible to kill one of the cats
You're
first.
done for. Eat this!
Since I'm doing this post-game commentary, if you notice the edit, I genuinely didn't care to try to smooth that out. I'm redoing this one because the fight after this is kind of tricky. So the first problem is they give you Ash, they shove him in the party, you don't get to customize him, you don't get any sort of setting, I don't even think he has any accessories equipped. So it would be one thing if he had the first turn. That way you could just kick him out and bring Altina in, since she's going to be more spec to whatever your strategy is. But yeah, you're going to see Ash on the bench quite a bit in my games, just word of warning. But otherwise for the fight, you can simply S-break them into the ground, but then you get punished afterwards when you fight the members of Zephyr. And the Zephyr fight is a timed fight, just like it was in Cold Steel 2, I think it was? So you want to save your S-crafts for that one.
How do you like this?
Just in case you're wondering, there's going to be another time boss later on at the end of the next segment, but this one's by far the worst one because this one has a fight before it. So anyway, for the enemies, if you want to scan everything, there are 4 different enemy types here. You can notice Ash finally gets a turn now. Here's the tutorial on switching because it's the first time I've done it.
I'll handle it.
So there's 4 different enemies. You have a pair of cats, and then each of the humans is a unique unit. Gilbert has the most. He's by far the hardest one to take down. Normally, like when there's a healer on the field, the strategy is kill the healer. See Frieza v Dende. So that's the sound strategy. But the thing is, he has so many things in his pocket, just high durability, that it's not feasible. You really have to pick off the small fry and work your way up.
It's down.
So my strategy here is I want to be CP efficient. I'm trying to break them so I can guarantee BP for the next fight. You need a minimum of 2 in order to pull off a cheesy strat. So ideally you kind of want them like dominoes, so that when one breaks, a little while will pass before the next one goes down, and so on. That way you can make things a little bit more optimal.
I shall go.
There's just so much working against you in the first chapter, it's really ridiculous.
Now.
Unfortunately, with all my Trails experience,
This is it! Yeah! One more! I'll finish it! Excel!
So anyway, about my experience with the Trails series. This is a problem you see in every single sequel, right? Anyway, that's the 6,000, next is a 3, and then he's down to the 1,000s, I think. So the good news is, while this is an insane burden, you have Randy. I seriously cannot emphasize how broken the character is for some of this stuff.
Eat this!
And his Brave Order is like the closest thing you're going to get to Raging Fire from Cold Steel 3.
How? Proud warrior!
So right here I'm looking to pick off someone who's wounded, and that's going to be the strategy. So we have that turn of power, and I want to combo a Link attack here so that buff gets put into full effect. P.S. You'll notice there's a glitch on Randy right now with his Regulus. That was not in the Japanese version, it appeared in the US version because Nisa broke something when they translated it.
Here I go!
You're only supposed to get 3 turns, but he gets 9.
They're off guard.
So anyway, we want to start picking off the cats because they inflict AT delay.
Down you go!
For the humans, the danger to them is that
How do you like this?
they are mainly AoE. Even Gilbert can do it to a little bit, I think. but the 2 Jaegers with him are so freaking annoying. Right there you can see the AT delay. So I'm trying to pick off the cats. I got a human there early by chance, I think. Just random roll of the dice, and you can see they heal for like 4 Right there's Gilbert's AoE, in case you were down.
Eye for an eye!
So yeah, Gilbert's the small fish. Basically, once he starts to run out of healing stuff, there's not as much. And right here, I'm kind of panicking. Did I scan the one guy before he went down? Because with these melees, I don't really keep track
I'll
of them.
support. Argentina! Thanks!
So, I'm aware of the Zephyr fight that's coming up afterwards, which is why I'm trying to conserve CP, just to reiterate. That's why I use the Argem heal there, because it does give you 20 CP. For Altina, her CP isn't really as important as the others, and technically you're spending 40, but getting 60 back if you have everyone clustered.
How do you like this?
So now he's down to his 1,000 heals, and I believe he has an infinite number of these, so you gotta just power through.
Got it!
It's really sucky they do that in the first chapter, but they did it in Sky 2.
You're
and
done
it's
for.
a serious staple.
Here I go!
So with that, the felines are down. Right here, I think I decided to use the scope, and you'll want some scopes for the Zephyr fight, because, as I said, it's time. You have 35 turns, you're not going to have enough time for Altina to scan everyone. Plus, you don't really want everyone on CP like that.
Let's get him!
I really normally frown upon the whole S-craft cheat. It's just these time fights really do force you to do it. Anyway, Gilbert goes down. He drops a gladiator headband, which Yuno's going to be wearing from this point out.
Let's go.
Later on, it will get upgraded, but I mean, like, for the next few videos, that's going to be her prime accessory on my setup. The main reason for that is it's going to boost her CP generation, which in turn means more crafts, and then she's just a lot more reliable in fights. So, I don't think there's too much more to say here. The fight is starting to wind down. Gilbert has a pretty big self-heal, but with 4 people wailing on him,
my turn.
It's not really that much. And I'm gonna try to show the text over what it says for all of them. I think that would be best because I was just trying to smooth through the animations.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna read them now because on my screen it's extremely small. Yes, granted the screen I'm editing on is a 55 inch. It's just this is taking up maybe 1/6 of the screen, and then everything else is the various aspects of editing this. So my screen's full.
It's my turn.
But anyway, right there was an example of 4,000 damage. That's necessary to overcome his self-heal later. But yeah, I don't have anything else to do, anything else to say, so I'll leave you guys with the remainder of the fight. I'll scan everyone, don't worry. And, well, the rest of the video will be live now, including the mech fight afterwards, so look forward to that coming back. Talk to you guys later.
It's mine.
How dare you! I'm an elite! This is what I'm really capable of!
Now. Search mode activate. Detailed information obtained.
My turn. Very well.
Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. See? Look at me. Please, can't we all just get along? Fooled you. This is what you get. Wait.
All right. Take that. Let's get him.
Alice, I shall go. Charging!
I'm not done yet!
I appreciate it!
My turn!
Yeah!
How do you like this?
Here I go!
shall go. Charging!
My turn! You're done for. Eat this! They're off guard! It's mine! Let's go! There! Gotcha!
Now. I'll support. Argent
Thanks.
Leo.
Thanks! Here I go! Wide open!
I'll assist.
My turn! Arcus activate!
How do you like this?
Let's go. Arcus, activate.
There!
I
I appreciate it.
Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. See? Look at me. Please, can't we all just get along? Fooled you. This is what you get. Wait.
I'll save you.
Thanks!
I swear I'll get you for this.
Ha!
Thanks! It's my turn! Let's get him!
I'll assist. Now.
Here I go! Arcus activate!
There!
Let's go. Arcus, activate.
There!
I appreciate it.
Ha! Thanks.
It's my turn!
How? Proud warrior!
All right! Ha!
My turn! Arcus activate!
Now. Ha!
Thanks.
Let's go.
Huh.
Yeah!
Nope!
I shall go. There! There!
They're mine!
Yeah! Here I go!
Strike! Windblade formation!
My turn! They're off guard! It's mine!
Let's go.
Here I go! Ha! Wide open!
I'll assist.
Damn you!
All right! We rocked it, Allie!
Yes, the victory is ours.
Yeah, I did it!
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I must train even more.
Nice.
Stats updated.
impossible!
They're way stronger than we planned for.
And not just the red-haired guy. These kids are tough too.
Yeah, these kids just kicked your ass.
We've been through countless battles. This was just another victory for us.
All right, now for the fun part. Here's how things are gonna go. First, you're gonna tell us everything you know. Then, I'm gonna show you what I do to trash like you that comes stomping into my hometown.
It's hard to tell who the villain is here.
Yeah. But that's our Ash for ya.
It really is good to have him back.
Huh. Well, ain't this a fun little scene?
It's them!
Zephyr.
Hey! This is the last place I expected to run into you, Red Reaper.
I see that the new Class 7 has finally got back on their feet.
I knew the Society had deployed its troops. But I didn't expect you'd all be butting heads so soon.
What are you doing here anyway?
Don't tell me you're here as backup.
Wait, really?
Sorry, pal. Just a coincidence.
We share a client, but not an objective. We're just here to do a little investigation.
On what?
If they're here, then it must be because of the black pleroma grass.
Bingo. Sure is plenty of it around, so we're in the right spot. Time ain't right yet, though. Guess we'll just have to think of this place as a potential candidate.
The time isn't right.
And it's a candidate? For what?
If this mission of yours has nothing to do with us, why even show yourselves? I know you, Jaeger King. You ain't the type to do something for no reason.
Look at you. You sure have grown up since you left the Red Constellation. Safe to say that Balder would be proud.
Like I care. Let me guess, you guys are here for Ash too, just for different reasons than they were.
What?
Hold up.
Huh. Right on the money. Ash Carbide. How'd you like to join Zephyr?
Say what?
You must be joking.
Think about it. I mean, you did shoot the Emperor. No matter what your reasons might have been, they'll still kill you for it.
Join up with us, though, and you won't have to worry about that any longer. The boss has ways of making problems disappear.
That's what I thought. Zephyr's always liked recruiting people with their backs against the wall, so it makes sense you'd come after him.
Now, I ain't a teacher like little Sara, but I know potential when I see it. You got guts, tenacity, cunning. You'd fit right in with all of us. But I won't press you for an answer in front of your buddies here. Just know that people don't get over their trauma so easily. Trying to put on a brave face takes its toll on you in the end. But hell, you know that as well as anyone.
Ash, don't listen to them.
Who do you think you are, old man? You can't just...
You see right through me, huh? Not bad at all, Jaeger King. Yeah, you're right. This is all just a front. Inside, I'm scared. Hell, I'm terrified.
Ash.
But sometimes, putting on a brave face is the only thing a man can do.
Sometimes you just gotta grit your teeth and keep moving forward, even if you're crawling on your hands and knees. And that goes double when you make your own teammates go through hell to bring you back. You really think I'd leave them and take the easy way out? Not a damn chance!
Wow, tell us how you really feel.
Ah, youth. Well, I figured it might take a little more than a sales pitch. Those were some words there, kid. But see if you can back them up. If we win, we'll just knock you right out and take you with us. What do you think? Want to put your money where your mouth is?
Bring it on!
What the heck? I can't keep up with this conversation anymore.
We're done talking. Right now, we need to help Ash fight.
We'll give it our all.
You really are just as bad as my old man, you know that? Trapmaster, Behemoth, I hope your asses are ready for a beating!
Ha! This is gonna be fun!
At last, some opponents worth fighting.
All right, it's time we get started. Class 7, Randolph. You better fight like your lives depend on it. Zeno, Leo, don't go easy on him.
Loud and clear, boss!
I never intended to do so.
So you have to knock them out in 35 turns for the AP requirement.
Ha!
Oh my god, it counts their turns too?
Not today!
Half health.
Yeah! Here I go!
I really needed Kurt's thing there. So I also have to scan them too because of how the game works.
How? Proud warrior!
My turn!
I'm looking for power.
Try this on for size. Crimson Gale!
Very well.
Okay, now we can see the numbers. Have to hit him like... Okay, so 5 more hits like that'll knock him out. Probably like 5 more of those.
It's down! Gotcha!
My turn.
That's not what I was thinking, okay.
Activate Fragorot!
We're swinging at
Destroy!
Here I go!
Okay, since she can't do anything right now, we're gonna have her spam items. Luckily, I have enough scopes.
Yeah!
Zephyr Regimental Commander. Trap and blade rifle expert alike. There's no escape once you're in his crosshairs.
Yeah! An opening!
It's my turn!
Okay, next scope.
Yeah!
So I really do need to knock their number down by 1.
Ha! Not today!
I'll save you.
Thanks!
I'm hoping this will
About
drop
time I
Zeno
got
out.
this started. Eat steel! Berserker! I'd just give up if I were you.
Huh, didn't think you had it in you.
Close enough?
It's my turn!
Okay. So all that's left is Rutger, but we need to knock him down a peg. So right now I'm looking for everything that has high power ratings. And we're just gonna keep spamming Proud Warrior.
Proud Warrior!
Here I go!
A little bit of luck, this will take out Leonidas.
Let's go.
I have enough to where I can afford this.
There!
This we have half our time left, and he missed.
Sloppy!
My turn.
So to salvage things, I have to do this.
Activate Pragarok. Destroy.
I see. You're quite skilled.
Here we go! Fly away!
Eye for an eye!
All right!
And we almost have this one, so I'm going to use the final scope here, since Altina is not going to be able to afford to do much. Leader of Zephyr, his prowess in battle earned him his Jaeger King title. Weapon of Justice is a Buster Blade.
Let's go!
Yeah, since he doesn't drop anything, there's literally no incentive for trying to knock him down. I'm gonna be a little stingy and try to save my brave points here. See if he doesn't run down.
My turn!
What I'm thinking here is this look at me. Actually, it doesn't matter.
Now.
There's a chance I could lose everything here.
Yeah.
Since I want to put up with this headache.
Thanks.
Here I come! Let's go! Mjolnir!
Not today!
I'll save you.
Thanks!
So yeah, I think that would have been death for most of them.
Take this!
I shall go. Charging!
My turn!
Oh
You're
my
wide
God.
open!
God!
Like, I can't afford those.
Ha! Take that!
I'll save you.
Thanks!
Yeah.
Very well.
There!
And that's it.
Gotcha!
You sure know how to fire a guy up!
So real quick, if you don't know who Baldur is, that's the name of Randy's father, the war god. Anyway, I'm gonna eat while this plays out. Randy got 2 levels off that. So maybe I was under level for this section. Gilbert was much worse than them.
Whew, not bad! You kids are no slouches.
There aren't many who can withstand an assault from the likes of us.
Seeing these young bucks so full of promise almost brings a tear to my old eyes. But come on, you didn't really think we'd go down that easy, did you?
It can't be.
Damn. You're gonna call that here?
Come, Zector! Whoa!
This can't be real.
The Palatinate Knight.
Hey, boss, ain't this going a little overboard?
No, he chose a weapon to match the opponent.
Yuna, Altina.
On it!
Releasing Black Shade.
not bad. Guess they've got some tricks up their sleeves.
So it would seem.
I didn't want to have to bust this out, but you gave us no choice.
Yuna! Is everything alright?
Tatiana! Pablo! Kyrie!
We joined up with Tatiana and got you-know-what ready.
Just give a shout and we'll fire the boosters up.
Perfect timing! Okay, send it our way!
Let's go! This is the power of Class 9!
Boost carrier ignite! 3, 2, 1, 0!
Yes! Get in there!
Be careful, everyone! You too, Ash.
Now they're falling out of the sky. What's going on?
So even those guys are going out of their way to help me now.
Now, Ash! It's up to you and Uni now!
Put an end to this. Together.
Hell yeah!
You ain't messing around, are you? All right, then. Guess I'm done playing with you kids. Let's see how much good those things do you against Zector.
Don't start crying when we beat your ass! Let's go, Yuna!
Yeah! We won't lose! Not a chance!
So here's the subcontractor thing. Through Valimar's power, Class 7 members not participating in battle are able to assist a combatant as their partner. One partner may be paired to each combatant before the battle begins. The partner you choose at the time will be the one that grants parameter bonuses and gains linking experience for the battle. However, partners can still be changed during the battle, so swap them around as needed. I don't think you were able to do that in 3. So Kurt gives speed and defense, she gives arts. So I'd rather swap these two around because actually, no. This has more art power.
Go ahead. Come at me. I dare ya.
So we have to knock him down to half HP.
It's my turn.
Realistically, there should be no way these guys can win. Anyway, you have to target the enemy's parts to unbalance them. Different parts for different stances. And then unity, finishers, yada yada. You need to get BP for those.
Let's get there, mine!
So right there we did 18,000
Sure.
damage. He probably has like... Okay, I thought he was going to have 250,000, but now he has almost 1 million. So we can see 3 stars for the body. That means that's the best
It's
one.
mine!
Generally, their stances sometimes give you clues. Since he's not defending himself, I was thinking the body. Like here, I'm thinking the legs. Characters partner with those in battle can use EX, Art, Spirit, and Charge. Use them wisely. They participate in various ways. Yada,
Very
yada.
well.
So the EX arts use the mana. The characters themselves cannot. They can only use CP for stuff. And then there are all sorts of different things you can do. So we have Blade Dance, which is just a buff, single target buff. And then a Wind Elemental attack. I'm going to try Blade Dance because I'm curious. And the line tells you who they're aiming for. Enemy crafts deal heavy damage, so defend when needed. Oh. Okay, I thought... No, okay, let's go for the armors. I forgot what all you can
Wide
target.
open, they're mine!
My turn.
Anyway, don't forget you have Impede.
Now, eat this! That's what you get for being careless.
That's why I didn't care to defend.
I shall go.
So we have 1 physical reflect and a speed down buff. I think I'll get more bang out of the physical reflect.
Here
and
I
right
go!
here and now we want to impede.
You can't escape! Fire! Wide open! They're mine!
So I don't know if there's anything for getting up to 7 BP. Used to be 5 would be enough for the big attack.
Very well.
And I'm almost out of CP at the moment, so let's see if this will generate some for us. No, not enough.
All right!
So this time I'm going to defend. It costs you 20 CP to do so, so Ash cannot
My turn.
actually. Consumes EP, recover HP by status effects. And then that's recovering EP. Oh no, I'm good. Like, we've done everything else but the head.
It's down! It's mine!
My turn.
Alright, he does have to reflect. So using the speed now is kind of pointless. And I can't use that on an ally. Well, this may delay their next turn.
Here we go! Fly away!
Actually inflicted defense down on him. So you can see the chest is open.
Let's get him!
Unite.
Go!
Leave it to me! It's mine!
Sure.
It's down! It's
And
mine!
it might be over here.
Very well.
I actually want to use this one.
All right!
Not too bad. That's all you got, huh?
Four minutes.
Yeah, I did it!
Hopefully you can see how lame mecha combat is in the game. The fights are so rare though, you get a ton of Link EXP. Anyway, more scenes.
Ash! Are you okay?
Who do you think you're talking to? This guy ain't shit.
Yuna! Ash!
Even the both of them aren't enough.
Look again.
Huh?
No freaking way! Look at the boss's weapon!
Putting a crack in a weapon forged from Zemurian ore is no easy feat.
An excellent diversion, Zephyr! And what a treat to witness a legendary divine knight in action. You two in the Soldats! Surrender now, if you value your friends' lives.
Wait!
You assholes!
They called in reinforcements.
I can't believe we were so careless.
Damn. Maybe I should have roughed him up a little more.
These guys have no class.
Seriously, think we need to teach him a lesson?
Nah, the cavalry's got things covered.
You noticed, huh?
Resound! Nocturne Bell! What's this sound?
Here we go.
Eat this!
Who dares?
For enhanced Jaegers, you're still pretty average.
Artificial enhancements will never match the real thing. Next time you try to take us on, make sure you're properly trained.
Fee! Elliot?
Even Palestine?
What are you doing here? Weren't you all the way over in...
We found out all we could about the singularity in Kreutzen. So we decided to cut through Legram and catch up with you.
Leo, Zeno. It's been a while. You too, boss. Shame I can't see your face.
Well, it's only been a month. I haven't changed all that much. I was worried that little incident might have broken you, but you sure don't look broken to me.
It's mostly a front, same as Ash. But this is no time to look weak, especially when everyone needs me. There's absolutely no way I'd ever give up on Reen, or on all our futures.
Fee.
Our girl's really come into her own.
That's the greatest happiness a father can ask for. Anyway, it's about time we pulled back. Nice little bonus seeing you again, though. So long, Fee. We'll meet again soon enough, everyone. But don't you dare get cocky. Next time we meet, it'll be war. Kill or be killed. Got it?
Boss.
He's got a flair for the dramatic, I'll give him that.
Now what are you going to do?
We'd be more than willing to finish this fight with you.
That's right, we all would.
You're lucky I'm in such a good mood. I will grant you a temporary mercy. Consider yourself lucky. For the next time we meet, you will know the true power of the great Gilbert Stein. Men, withdraw!
Yeah!
Gilbert and his enhanced Jaegers board their airship and left. Tatiana and the others arrived shortly afterward. Ash, I'm really glad you're all right. I don't know what I would have done if... Come on, don't cry about it. Aw, look at you trying to be nice even with that tough act. This must be what they call love. Huh? Butt out, you two. Some guys have all the luck. Sydney'd be so jealous if he was here to see this. Yeah. They've been apart a long time after all. Gotta hand it to you, Ash. You've changed. For the better, of course. Yes, as if a weight's been lifted from your heart. I'm truly happy for you, Ash. Yeah, it's a load off my mind, too. Shouldn't we be getting back on track, though? What about the singularity? Right, I almost forgot. Rose's pendulum started reacting when we first got here. Good grief, I know you must be happy to have found your companion, but try not to lose sight of our main objective. Thanks for being fashionably late, Rose. Rose? Took some time, but I finally got a good enough grasp on the spear vans to project my image to you. Why is this operation taking so long? Please be so good as to secure the singularity. What? So this is really the place? No doubt about it. We found one at the Lunaria Nature Park in Cruisin', too. That's like the first mission in Cold Steel 1, I think. There was a ton of black paloma grass growing there just like there is here. I believe this growth is due to the irregularities in the spirit veins. But enough speculation. Drive the wedge into the ground and see for yourselves. Right. Ready, you know? Looks like the ritual was successful. The second singularity has been resolved. That's good, now we can put this whole thing behind us. Right, it'll be a big step toward finding Instructor Reen. I think now we can declare this region officially surveyed. Nice work, everybody. You did well too, Instructor. I suggest we head back to Aaron Village to plan our next move. So you found a Panzer Soldat that is already connected to a Divine Knight. Using that, I might be able to open up the Spirit Path for you. The Spirit Path, like from the Civil War? Yep, as long as the Spirit Veins are in the right condition, anyone can travel anywhere instantly. So it's like a teleportation stone, but with no kind of limit on distance. Sounds too good to be true. Be aware that it'll be a one-way trip unless you have the guidance of the Ashen Knight. Should be sufficient to bring you and your Panzer Soldats along, though. I doubt we'll get a better offer anytime soon. I say we give it a try. Pablo, would you care to join us? Thank you, but I think we'll pass. It looks like we'll have to part ways so soon after we finally found each other. We still have things to investigate in Sutherland. Like finding out what happened to the rest of the missing students. We'll leave Instructor Reen and the secret side of things to you lot for now. Pablo, Kyrie, Tatiana. Damn, when did you guys get so reliable, huh? I do not feel comfortable leaving just the three of you behind. Then how about I stay here with them? Freaking knew it, man. Are you sure, Randy? I was only here to make sure you guys got the right start, but now you're more than ready to leave the nest. I'll stick with these guys. I'll probably have a better chance of finding Teotot that way. Really? It'd be an honor to have you with us, Instructor Randolph. Instructor Randy, thank you so much for everything. Take care of yourself, and watch out for Teo for me. Sure thing, Uni. Ash, keep your head on straight. Looks like you'll be the one to save Reen now. Yeah, whatever. Worry about your own problems, alright? Don't mess up. But, thanks for coming all this way for me. See you around. Stay in touch, let us know if you find anything. Of course, you guys take care of yourselves too. Say hi to any of the other students for us. Afterward, Yuna and the others managed to return to Aaron Village without issue. After introducing Ash to all the villagers, they enjoyed a warm, hearty meal with one another. With everyone exhausted from both the investigation and the battle, conversation soon trailed off into a deep, heavy sleep. So, are there scenes? Good.
Looks like you went up a rank.
We went up 2.
Here's a little treat on me.
Shining Star Crest. Does not ring a bell. Invigorate. Doesn't ring a bell.
Nice work, troops. I know it ain't easy.
So, yeah, we'll do the scenes in the next video. This one's probably gone on far too long anyway. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.